This girl is legitimately using Down syndrome as a way to promote her OnlyFans.
I know some of y'all, like, on a rainy night, a lonely night, if this was laying in your bed. Faking Down syndrome for views. Okay, who is doing that? I wonder who's doing that.
Imagine for a second you were broke and looking for ways to make money.
Yes,
a
I'm
regular
broke.
job in something like retail might come to mind, or maybe even picking up some shifts on DoorDash.
Yes.
But you know a job
used to do that.
doesn't come to mind? Faking having Down syndrome
What?
to post on OF.
What? Wait, hold on. Oh, why is she kind of bad though?
Now, I know that sounds kind of crazy and
Down syndrome girl at the train station, no one was ready for.
insane, but it's true. And it's not just some random misunderstanding or joke that got taken out of context either.
Chat, would you? Like, let's be honest here. Like, would you? Like, come on, take a good look at that. Like, would you, chat? Like, keep it a bean. Like, I know some of y'all, like, on a rainy night, a lonely night, if this was laying in your bed. You know what I'm saying? You just got done from the gym. You was pumping iron, testosterone booming. You just got finished with a great day. You made hella bread that day. And you come home, you see this on your bed. Chat. What are you doing to this? I'm just curious. I know what I'm doing. I know exactly what I'm doing. She's getting kicked out of her bed and getting put in an orphanage or something. Not here. I ain't gonna lie. Say goodbye, sweetheart.
And it's not just some random misunderstanding or joke that got taken out of context either. This girl is legitimately using Down syndrome as a way to promote her OnlyFans. Now, I don't even know where to start when talking about the morality of this, because it's quite clear and has always been proven that OF girls and morals don't really go hand in hand. They'll use kids to promote their content,
Yeah, this was
trauma
weird,
for sympathy.
bro. Jack Doherty, damn, she got no type of curves. That's crazy. Anyways, Jack Doherty and his whole squad, they were using kids to literally promote OF. Like, they was dead, like, just, like, literally, like, going to the stores, like, doing these interviews. And then, like, because kids will watch interviews like this, be like, oh, I want to get something like this. And then, like, the girl will promote, oh, subscribe to my OnlyFans in the middle of the interview or the promo video. And it's just, like, they're literally targeting, like, young kids. Even though, like, majority of people that buy OF are, like, older white men in marriages. Apparently, that's the statistics. But it's just, like they're using girls like this to promote it. It's just weird, bro. It's just weird. That's why she broke up with, that's why they got broken up or whatever the hell. That's just so cringe and weird.
And some even use their younger family members.
Yeah,
and at
that's
this point,
just
nothing
weird.
really shocks me anymore. However, faking a disability just feels like a new low. The page on Instagram is called special_Jenny20. And I'm not gonna lie, that name has to be a sin somewhere. The page has somehow amassed 49.4 thousand followers. And judging by the like to comment ratio, I'm not sure if these are bots. However, judging by some of these comments, these are definitely real people.
Delete your account. Wait, how do I delete your account for the sake of everyone and you, so that you can stop lying about having Down syndrome? LOL F now. What the F is has my algorithm to fake? It's fake. You should be ashamed of yourself. Yo, bro, what's up with Tonio, bro? What you doing, Tonio? Yo, once a week. Yo, all right, bro. These comments are ridiculous.
The link in her bio that we can see is called Jenny So Special, and I'm pretty sure it leads to exactly where we think it all does, which is right to her OF. But in this case, I feel like I'm more concerned with the link name rather than where it goes at, because Jenny So Special is insane. I also tried clicking on the link and it says content not available, so I'm not sure if she took down the place where you get all her links from or if it got manually taken down. Either way, it's still really strange nonetheless. But do you want to know what I find even stranger? Some of these comments in the comment section. So first, I'm going to show you guys the video, and then I'm going to show you some of these comments.
Does having Down syndrome means I'll never be the pretty one? Chat, would you? For how much would you do this for? I'm just curious.
I'm pretty sure this music is copyright, so we're just gonna read the caption together. Does having Down syndrome means I'll never be the pretty one? So clearly, this is a thirst trap, and I don't know what gave it away. Maybe it was the bad grammar, but some of these guys in the comments fell right for the trap, saying things like,
you're special with the gift of beauty.
You're special with the gift of beauty. Or another comment saying, baby, you have a unique look and it is so beautiful. I'm ready to make you my wife.
What?
Yeah, I can't lie. I have no idea what's going on right now.
Bro, it's actually crazy. Actually, grown men are falling for this. These are real people, bro. These are real, people, that are actually falling for this, bro. And they're giving money. They're willing to pay money for it. Wow. It's crazy. Human psychology is a very interesting, just subject. There's people out there that are willing to pay for pixels. They're not, you could just go pay a girl at the club. You know what I'm saying? At them special clubs. And you can go get this stuff that, the actual real experience. But there's people out there that are actually, look, cute and curvy grown man. Lenny Baker, Maurice Culvery, KT, they're willing to pay for pixels on a screen. Thousands of dollars, chat. That's actually insane.
Essentially, these guys are trying to shoot their shot in the comment of a girl that has Down syndrome. And unfortunately, these weren't even the only two. There's another one that says, yum yum baby girl, you are beautiful mommy, heart heart heart, kiss kiss kiss. Yeah, what the f? This is unhinged animal behavior that I refuse to believe another human typed. Yum yum baby girl. Wow. While scrolling through some of these very down bad comments, I kept seeing people say that she was using a filter. So I started doing a bit of digging online to see if I could find this filter, and I found this TikTok.
Y'all want to hear some messed up stuff? Apparently there's a Down syndrome filter, and there are girls out there that are putting a filter on their face that makes it look like they have Down syndrome. The girl below. They all have super hot bodies.
Just put a little paper bag on it, you know what I'm saying?
And they're dancing around and they're with a filter on their face. First of all, why is there a Down syndrome filter? Second of all, are people this desperate?
So what?
First of all, I'm gonna advocate for Down syndrome. They can also be thick too. I'm playing.
At this point, my curiosity was piqued, so I downloaded Snapchat to see if I could find this filter. And unfortunately, I couldn't, so I'm not sure where they get this filter from. However, me being able to find it was kind of irrelevant because at this point, I was already convinced. So I went back scrolling through her page to see if I could find a video where the filter messed up, and I actually found something.
Yes.
Yeah, this song is also copyright, so you guys are gonna be here with me. But if you guys will pay attention to her face and ignore the thirst trap, you'll see when she turns that the filter drops. It's very sudden.
Oh,
and it's only a frame long, but it's there. You just have to really pay attention to it. You can kind of see her nose peek out through the filter. And people in the comments were also pointing this out, saying things like, I seen the filter as soon as she turned her head. There's also another video where when she turns her head a bit, you can see the eyebrow over top of her hair. And last time I checked, faces don't usually work like that. So,
actually, in anime it does. You nerd.
Now that we're 100% sure that this is a filter, I can positively call this sick and very weird, because why on earth would you be trying to roleplay as someone like that? And also, why is this method working? Her first post was 5 days ago, and in that short time span, she's gained 50k followers and thousands of likes. So clearly, I'm obviously doing something wrong. There was also something else I found out while watching the last video that made my skin crawl. So as I was watching this weird video, you know, the one with the eyebrow, I looked up at the top of the screen and saw this video was being simultaneously posted to multiple other accounts. And what I found out was insane. There seems to be this ring of people making these Down syndrome girl accounts that all have thousands of followers, which started around 5 days ago. Combined, all these accounts have around 500,000 followers, with the most popular one being this account. Now, how this account managed to gain over 248,000 followers, I honestly have no idea. The content on this page is based.
What they probably did is that they had an account that was already made that like the OF girls already had, and they just like wiped it and then they just restarted it. So it already had like an audience full of like gooners, and then like they kind of just put the special girl there.
Basically the same as the last account we looked at. It's just been around for a few days longer.
Down syndrome doesn't mean I can't give you.
Yeah, once again, the music is copyright, so time to listen to me again.
Jesus
on these
Christ.
other accounts,
I can see
it
how
seems
the
like
gooners
the people
fall for it. Oh God, I can see how the gooners fall for it.
in the comments are way less delusional than they were on the first account we looked at. Because looking through some of these posts, there are a bunch of people calling out this stuff as being fake in the comments. In fact, this entire video's comment section is just a bunch of people calling it out for being fake and using a filter, which kind of brings us to our next point. After looking through all of these pages and looking at each video and picture, I can positively tell that it's a different girl in every single picture, like every single one of them. All the bodies look different, they all have different shapes and curves, some have tattoos and some don't, and overall just different looks. The only way the person controlling the accounts try and confuse people is just by putting the girls on the page with the same hair color. But other than that, it's completely different girls, which also makes me question whether or not the person posting.
Yo, Chad, what's this? Oh, bro, I see how the gooners be falling for this, bro. They got their meat in their hand, they scrolling on IG, doom scrolling IG Reels, bro. Yeah, I can see how they fell for it. No cap.
These filters on people are getting their actual consent before they do it. For instance, imagine posting a video on Instagram or TikTok and then randomly stumbling across that same video on somebody else's page, but then there's a Down syndrome filter on your face and there's nothing you can do about it. And I don't know about you guys, but I definitely wouldn't like that.
This chick is stealing a picture.
Okay,
Not only
that's
is this
weird. That's weird. That's so weird.
But
That's so
it's
weird.
disturbing.
Also, as I was finishing up this video, I ran across another account that's also using the Down syndrome filter as a way to promote themselves, but they aren't in this same ring of accounts. This person seems to be the only person running it, but they do met as the other account. They're just using this to be a funnel to their other spicy account. However, this one seems to be a lot more unhinged, with captions like, "Guess where the doc said my extra chromosome went?" And it honestly gets to a point to where like, I want shame back. Like, pretending to have this disability is already bad enough, especially what they're using it for, but to have captions mocking the disability as you're actively fake using it, it's just to another level that I think is highly uncalled for. But that's just the internet. There's nothing you can really do about it but just not support them. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video.
That's
Slap
crazy,
that like button.
Chad. I ain't gonna lie, that's actually insane.